Hello Year 4, it's Miss Samra here. I'm going to be recording a story for your English unit this week, which is writing a fact file about Frida Kahlo. Now, Frida Kahlo is one of my favourite people from history, and she's very, very inspiring, and I'm sure some of you might already know who she is, or you might have done some research after being told that she's our inspirational person for this term. The lovely Miss Wells has created that for the whole of Year 4 to be learning about different inspirational people this year. And this term it's Frida Kahlo. So Mrs. Fletcher Brown and I thought it would be a lovely idea for us to do a fact file on her. So this book is called Little People, Big Dreams, and it's about Frida Kahlo. Frida Kahlo was born in Mexico. Just by looking at her, you could see she was special. When she was at school, she got really sick. The illness made her leg as skinny as a rake. But Frida didn't complain. She was different. She liked to dress differently too. Then, one day, a bus Frida was riding crashed into a car. Life as she knew it changed forever. After her accident, Frida had to rest in bed. To help the hours pass, she drew pictures of her foot. Then, even though she was still in pain, Frida decided to draw self-portraits using a mirror. Painting by painting, Frida and her art got better. It was time to show her pictures to someone else. She visited the famous artist Diego Rivera, who couldn't believe his eyes. He wasn't sure what he liked more, her pictures or her. Frida and Diego fell in love. They were so similar and yet so different. But through their ups and downs, Diego encouraged Frida in her paintings. Through her wonderful pictures, Frida spoke about how she was feeling. In some, she looked sad, but in others, she smiled. Eventually, Frida decided to show everyone her work. Her pictures caused a great stir in New York City. When the exhibition came to Mexico, Frida was so ill she had to be in bed. But it was clear that nothing could stop her from painting, not illness, pain, or heartache. Frida taught the world to wave goodbye to bad things and say Viva la vida, live life. And here's some facts about her. So Frida Kahlo was born in, I don't even know how to say that, Coyoacán, a small town outside of Mexico City. When she was 6, she contracted polio, leaving one leg skinnier than the other. As she grew older, she took part in tomboy activities like riding a bike and playing sports, and once wore male clothes and slicked back her hair for a family photograph. In 1925, Frida was in a bus crash that left her with a lot of painful injuries, including a broken collarbone, ribs, and pelvis. While recovering, instead of continuing her studies, she took up painting, mainly pictures of herself from her bed. Her husband, the famous Mexican artist Diego Rivera, was a great supporter of her artwork, and in 1938, Frida had her first solo exhibition in New York City. However, Frida only became famous internationally after her death. Her paintings are instantly recognizable because of their bright colors and symbols of Mexican culture, and have been sold for millions of pounds around the world. Thanks to her strong personality, fighting spirit, and love of painting, Frida overcame the accident that marked her life. She is an inspiration to many women today. And that is the end of the story of Frida Kahlo. I hope you enjoyed it and got some facts down too.